try and stay the same height. Why do we stay the same height? So the reason we stay the same height throughout Wing Chun is because we don't want to give tells. So every other fighting art will give you a tell about what they're going to do. If you observe the body language, the warm-ups we were doing were boxers, so it's all body movement, head movement, and dodging and ducking and diving. And a lot of martial arts, you know, karate and that, they'll drop, the body dips, or they'll jump, whatever they're going to do. And it's very easy to tell what they're doing. But from here, if you couldn't see me, you wouldn't know what I was doing. Yeah. I've done 2 kicks and 3 punches. I've given no tells because I've kept the same plane. My head here, when I do this, keeps the same height, and I've done 2 kicks and 3 punches. If I were to do that with any other martial art, it'd be bang, and it'd be in there. Very dynamic, but also very easy to predict.
Okay, yeah.
This time, what you're going to do is turn that into a fist. So allow this one, as I turn my left foot in, the left hand goes out, this comes back slightly, and then goes forward to punch. Now, I don't want to chamber the punch, because in reality, you don't have time to chamber the punch. And of course, this gives us a huge advantage because we're doing simultaneous attack and defense. Okay, so that gets us into the target. The good news is we're on the outside gate, so he can't reach us with any of his other weapons. We've got control of his elbow because what we've just done is there. Our wrist is on his elbow, which means we have control of his structure, which is good news. So from there, we haven't finished him, of course, because that's probably going to hit him in the chin. Unless you've hit him in the throat and you've been extremely lucky or extremely accurate, that will change it. So, Tan Sao. Now, at the end of, you notice how prevalent Tan Sao is. At the end of this, the end of the punch in the form, we open to Tan straight away. So we do a punch, open to Tan, a punch, open to Tan. Then we go Tan. And then when we finish this section here, we go back to Tan. And there's a very important reason for this, because in Wing Chun, any defense can become attack. So any block can become an attack, any attack can become a block. So we don't chamber things, we work from wherever it is. So if I'm here, this is where I'll work from. I won't pull this back because it relinquishes territory. I'll here, and if I want to move around, I'll make sure I maintain that distance by moving around the target, making sure something keeps him out of that distance or brings him in if I want. Yeah. So it's really important to know that it's all about structure and stance. So how do we get, first of all, the Tan? So what happens is if he's blocking here and he absolutely slaps this hand down as I punch, okay, he's got the centre line, so my punch is now going to miss his head. If I were to do this one, it would miss his head because his hand's blocking it. But if I go into Tan, look what it does. So simply by doing a punch that gets blocked, I open to Tan, it then opens his centre line up, there, opening to Tan, my hand's there on that line. I open to Tan, it pushes that to the side. So it's a good way of, if you've got blocked, just by changing the shape, you can carry on.
Okay.
The next thing we get is a Hun Sao. Okay, so we go one, out, and then we circle our fingers round and back, but the elbow doesn't move. So from there, the elbow doesn't move. There's a reason for that, because if I'm here, let's say I've done something here, okay? So my Tan Sao is now in a position that I can't use this fist again, really. I could, but it's a bit cumbersome and he's got other weapons. But by simply bringing the fingers towards me and circling around underneath, I maintain contact and then I can go through and punch. So it allows us to go from the outside to the inside. See that?
Yeah.
From the outside to the inside. So now I'm inside his gate. Or from the inside, if I do the same technique, fingers towards me, down and round, I end up on the outside. So from the inside, I go over the top of the arm, down and round, and I end up on the outside without losing any ground.
Okay, yeah.
I could have just gone like this, but I lose contact, and in Wing Chun, once we've got contact, we like to maintain it. So look, from there, I can go through, and literally I can just carry on. So after a Tan Sao and a punch, so if you do this, Tan Sao and punch, then typically what you might want to do is do a hunsa with your tarn. So keep the elbow still, bring the fingers towards you, rotate it down, and then go through and turn it into a palm strike, like the palm strike we did at the end of here.
Yeah.
There. So what that gives you is 1, 2.